This is Sparta!
Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we've got a brand new tank, and you may have already guessed it. It is the Tier 10 British heavy tank, the Super Conqueror. And we're on the backside of a ridgeline, which means this thing gets to use its amazing turret to just rip these people apart. And by rip these people apart, I mean, I literally could have probably just parked up here and let them shoot me all day instead of trying to make them miss me. But, you know, it's habit. I can't help it. I try to limit how many people can shoot me. And there's some very big guns trying to shoot me, so I don't like to test whether or not they can hit me. You know what I mean? Now, there's an E50 on my left. Not the biggest threat in the world, especially after it was nerfed to oblivion. So other than that, you can see I'm sitting on the backside of a ridgeline, and they can't do a dang thing about it. I almost cussed there because, you know, it's just one of those things. You try not to, but, you know, occasionally things slip out, okay? It happens. That's why they, never mind. Let's just move on. But yeah, so this is, I'm not going to show the whole video of this thing. I just wanted to show you guys just how much punishment this thing can take when it's hauled down. I think it is absolutely disgusting. And the Chieftain can do the same thing, but the Chieftain's hull is much squishier, so that's a thing. But you can see I'm trying to shoot through the turret of the E75. I've got premium armor piercing loaded, and we actually hit right next to the gun, probably hit the mantle. There we get through it. So as long as we can hit the flat stuff, we should be able to poke through. They break our track right there, but again, really not that worried. I mean, for the amount of damage that this thing has absorbed so far, I mean, think of all the big guns that have shot me. And there's people further back that I don't know who it is shooting at me. And we're just trying to shoot through the, there's another big round that missed, that hit us but didn't do anything. Hey, look, it's T95. That's going to be difficult to pin from all the way above it. You know, that's not preferable. You know, but it is a thing. So, again, we're just kind of sitting right here just asking these guys to shoot us. It's like, go ahead, fellas. I want to see what this thing's made of. And I thought I'd fix the gun, but apparently I hadn't. You know, it's one of those where you're trying to hold the button, but you accidentally let go of one button before the other. So it's like, he didn't want to do that. Thanks. Totally didn't need to do that or anything. But it's fine. Ouch. That's not fine. Somebody's hit me with high explosive. And so we're going to try to snipe the cupola of a T95 from, what, 500 meters? Good luck. Even as accurate as these guns can be from the British, I don't think that's likely. And then I remembered that I had Hesh. But that was after the fact. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and skip on to the end of the video and show you the results, just how... Oh, and we do snipe the cupola! That was, you know, it was one of those things where you're like, well, if I throw enough stuff at it, but 7,800 damage blocked! My God! Right? 4,100 damage, not a bad result, but on to the real match, the one that you guys came here to see. I'm with Tracky, we're in the Super Conqueror, he is in the STB? The STB, I think? Yes, STB1. See? I'm not terrible. I'm just slightly. But we also have Volvo Pilot on our team. Again. We have Lukewarm, who is who watches the channel all the time. And Jane Silent Boom, who we also know. So there's a lot of people on our team that either know us or we know personally. So that's pretty cool. And you're going to see me initially go with Tracky. We're going to go to the center of the map because why wouldn't you? And this guy, I turned to avoid him and he turned to avoid me and we crashed head on into each other. That is called failure. That's what that is. When you turn to avoid somebody and you end up crashing directly into them. I think it's one of those, there's a term for it. I just can't think of it. When two people are trying to miss each other but they turn right into each other. There's a term for it. I can't think of it. But anyway, somebody's going to be like, Spartan, it's a crash. I'm like, not that term. I know that. Good Lord. What do you take me for? Never mind, don't answer that. Anyway, lukewarm in the IS-3 Auto directly ahead of us. I feel bad for him because IS-3 Auto, not a good thing. Or at least that's what I've heard. I love the IS-3, but I've heard the Auto is not that much fun to play. It basically takes everything good about the IS-3 and throws it out the back door. So, we're going to push up. Tracky's way out ahead of us. There's not a whole lot I can do about it because, you know, super heavy tank and all. I mean, it's not E100 or Panzerkampfwagen or Maus or any of those, but it is significantly fat, this tank. That being said, it really doesn't feel that much slower than the Chieftain. I know some people will be calling it out. Oh, Spartan, but the Chieftain can go 42 kilometers an hour. Yes, it can, but it almost never makes it. Now, Tracky's getting clever. Him and, I think Jay and Silent Boob, I think they're both up there. So they're doing some hill climbing, and I'm down here to get into the stuff. I'm like, let's do this. Let's do this. I ain't scared. I'm in a Super Conqueror. I've only played it a couple matches. Let's do this. I ain't scared. Even if I was in a regular Conqueror, I'm not scared. I'm going in. Come and touch me, fellas. Before I touch you. Hello. You're in trouble, Sunshine. You're in a tier 8. Let's do this. E100's like, I got this. Don't worry. I'll put a hurting on this Super Conqueror. He thinks he's tough. Yeah, well, you got big weak spots, so... Oh, we bounced, so might as well go ahead and load premium. Because, you know, sometimes you just gotta go through. And then he turns his turret sideways and he gives me an easy shot that anybody would pin with regular rounds. You can't win them all. Sometimes you just gotta take what they give you. You know you switch to the armor-piercing premium, and then they give you the easiest shot possible, like the back of their tank. I apologize for yawning. I'm not trying to. I'm going to try to track him here, and we do track him, but we do no damage. And he continues to drive towards us. He is now trying to go haul down, which is, you know, not easy to do, considering you're giving us the side and the back of your turret. Somebody actually manages to bounce off the back of his turret. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but there was an E5 over here. Now it's time to go hunting. And this E5 makes a catastrophic mistake. A absolutely catastrophic mistake. He's going to push towards me initially, and that's actually a good move, because getting close to the Super Conqueror allows you to shoot it. But then he's going to be like, wait, I'm an E5, there's a bridge here, it's got a ridge line, and I crash into things because I'm a bad driver, we all know this. So we're going to put a round on him, and back. We're just using the corner, trying not to give him too much to shoot at, and I realize what he's doing. He's going to use the ridge line that is this bridge. So we give him a parting gift, and then I go, dude, I'm in a Super Conqueror. On what planet do you think hiding behind a ridgeline when you're facing a Super Conqueror is a good idea? Like, honestly, like, what are you thinking? So you're giving the Super Conqueror the perfect place to go haul down. How did that go for you, Sunshine? You didn't exactly think that one through, I don't think. You know? Definitely not your shining moment. I apologize if you watch the channel, but hey, it's a learning experience. We all make mistakes, and the E5's used to being the king of ridgelines, but you have got to understand what you're fighting. You've got to try to give yourself the best possible position to do damage without getting damage given back to you. You have a giant commander's hatch. Yes, it can be difficult to pin, but not from 5 feet. Even I can pin an E5's commander's hatch from 5 feet. It is a thing. So we're going to push up. We're going to try to bail our team out. Our teammate is probably dead. Let's be honest. We have 2 teammates up there, and they are against heavy opposition. In the hills, nonetheless. And so we're going to go introduce ourselves. It's going to take a while. So let's fill in the gap here with a little bit of, you know, Spartan story that I forgot to continue on the last one. But yes, so I was talking in the last video, which is the, you know, Battle Axe video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. This will make a whole lot more sense. But in the last one, I told everybody that I went and got a new car this weekend. It's a 2011. We thought it was a 2008 when we got there, or when we were going there, that the guy was selling for 500 bucks. Well, I'm no mathematician, but I do know that a 2008 or 2011 Impreza is worth more than 500 bucks. So at the very least, you know, in worst case scenario, I buy this car, I can scrap it for $300 or $400. It's a heavier car because it's all-wheel drive, so maybe $400. So I lose $100. That's worst case scenario. But we get there, and the car has some issues, which you would expect for a car that's $500. But it in fact ends up being a 2011 Subaru. Oh, hello, mouse. Now here, I didn't realize there's actually buildings down here. I'm so glad that they break, because this would have been really embarrassing had they not broken. So we're trying to get to a point where we can shoot the mouse, and he does give us his bottom plate. Now, I'm in danger of being rammed to crap right now, so I'm glad that he's no longer moving, and we put him down. Now, there's a medium tank behind us. It just happens to be a 90mm Pershing, and watch this guy. Like, I turn my armor towards him, and he hits me. It's like, what are you thinking, Pershing? You got a 90mm gun. I'm a Super Conqueror Tier 10. What planet is that a good plan? Get out of there. Use the little bit of mobility you got and get out of there. Get away from me. You know, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So then we turn back around. We're going to go ahead and fix our track using the small repair kit, and we're going to move on. But yeah, back to the car. So it has some issues. We knew it would have some issues because there's no reason somebody would sell a 2011 Impreza for $500 unless it had significant problems. But my hopes was that at the very least it had a good engine. Because if I can, you know, I could sell the car with a good engine for more than $500, you know what I mean? Even if it's, you know, scrap. You can sell it with a good engine for a decent price. The engines are worth pretty good because it's 2.5 liter, naturally aspirated, Boxer 4, which is in a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of vehicles that could use that engine. So you can get a pretty penny out of it. So I'm looking forward to this, and we go down there, and we end up getting this car. I see this medium's going to push out, so I'm like, I'll follow him. What's the worst that can happen? It's not like they got two T95s sitting up here blocking the corridor. Spoiler alert. But we're going to go find out exactly what they do have. Oh, look, it's a T95. Totally didn't see that coming. This is going to be fun. Is that a second T95? They've got two T95s blocking the... I'm in trouble. Conqueror, Super Conqueror or not, that's a bad day. Like, one T95 blocking a corridor is bad. Two is death. Now, I accidentally blocked a teammate's shot. I believe that was Lukewarm behind us. Now, we're trying to hit the Banner's Hatch. I know where I need to hit this T95s. I'm trying to side scrape them as best I can to give them the least amount of my tank to shoot. Now, I see the light tank up there, so I'm like, okay, well, take a shot at him. Unfortunately, the accuracy was not a fan. But it is the thing. So we back up. The guy's turning, so I wait, and I fire a little early. I should have waited a little longer for him to turn. As you can see, the medium pinned him. I didn't. Unfortunately, the other T95 is in prime location to take advantage of me being stupid and gets ready to pump me. I try to back up. Lukewarm's behind me. I take the round for him because I know he can't take it in an IS-3. So, it's not that big a deal. Now here, I'm like, Pershing, get out of the way. What is with the Pershings nowadays? We take the opportunity, we take down the first T95 that's a huge roadblock out of the way. Pershing goes down in a perfect position for me to use him as cover. Thank you, teammate. That's about as useful as a Pershing can be in this situation, to be honest. So, thank you. We put a round through the bottom plate of the T95, which is something a lot of people don't think about. If you're this close, the bottom plate is very easily penetrable. But yeah, so needless to say, we're going to basically sit here and we're going to watch these guys die. I'm not going to jump out in front of him. There's a good chance he'd finish me off. But we got a 2011 Subaru Impreza for $500. It had a blown tranny cooler line. I patched it. I'm gonna get the parts to fix it. It also has 257,000 miles on it, but that's still not bad. We don't make much silver, but we do get 4,700 damage, 2,300 blocked, and it was a pretty good outing in the old Super Conqueror. So, if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.